since OG Anunoby and Tobias Harris. I made a video on that yesterday. So supposedly the Pistons do not care about John
So
Collins. I really
goofy.
think the Luke Kennard deal I sent in the group chat yesterday is not that bad of a deal. Okay, for John Collins, and they actually need John
Why do
Collins.
they? Then we'd be having another James Wiseman stitch.
All right, and then Miles Bridges is
Oh
supposedly on
my
the
goodness,
Pistons'
dude.
radar.
What are
What do
they
you
doing?
you
I
don't like
love the
him?
idea of it, but like, what are they
That would be
doing?
nice.
I know, but they're not going to get Miles Bridges. What the hell is going on in Detroit?
So what do you
I would
mean?
like
They have
to.
2 wins. Who are they trading? If it doesn't start with Cade or end with Cunningham, I don't know how they're acquiring any of those players.
Well,
Any of
Charlotte's
them.
already said they don't want Miles Bridges, so I think that it'll just be a buy low from Detroit for a rental, and then they try to re-sign
No,
him, obviously.
I think it's a buy high. They just so instead of waiting till
For
free
who?
agency, Henry, just tilt your cam just down a little bit. But the
There's no
one
talent
thing,
on their roster right
the whole thing I was gonna say is what they if the Pistons went for him now, they have enough cap space to get him in free agency, which is what they're saying. Pistons probably aren't trading for OG and Anunoby because they rather just go and get him outright in free agency. But Miles Bridges might be a hotter ticket than OG and Anunoby, so the thought process is to get his restricted free agency rights by getting, or not his restricted free agency rights because those already been used, but his bird rights from the Hornets via trade, and then they can offer him more money than everybody else. But this way, they get first offer or first refusal, and they can trade him. And what they could do, they have the assets to give it up. I've seen floated online packages of like Jaden Ivey with, I believe, Jaden Ivey and basically, I guess you would say, I think a lot of it's been around Jaden
Kate
Ivey.
Cunningham.
Now, I think
Damn, really?
yeah, I think I want to say Jaden Ivey, and then it was like Kevin Knox and whatever. I think the draft rights of like Gabriel Procida, and then a first round pick unprotected, either for like 2 years or 3 years down the road, something like that.
I
For
thought Charlotte
for
wanted Miles Bridges back.
They don't.
Why?
They're well, I don't know if they want him back. He's not coming back. It's basically been alluded that Miles Bridges. It is by all parties has been reported that all parties have mutually basically agreed that like Miles is not coming back.
They're done.
Yeah,
That's weird though.
Yeah, it's like 28 minutes ago is literally just Miles Bridges on Pistons radar. So,
yeah.
um, I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, yeah, it
So
does make sense.
the report, to be exact, reads: while I understand Washington's appeal to others, he's not someone I've heard Detroit is interested in. I assume they're talking about PJ Washington. If that was the case, the Pistons would have made a run at him this past free agency when he was a restricted free agent. The one player on the Hornets roster that he's heard the Pistons have internal discussions over the last year is Miles Bridges, the Flint, Michigan natives, on a 1 year deal, largely due to his off the court legal troubles. He could have been making a 4 year, $140 million deal, was what he was reported to get. He ended up pleading no contest, got probation for 3 years, was suspended for 30 games, was missing all of last year. Now and he's one of the few guys who's been able to miss an entire season and come back and hit the ground running as if he didn't miss any time at all, if not better than what he was before he left. So the whole thought is I don't think he'll get that 4 year, $140 million deal, but he'll still get like a 4 year, $100 million deal, I believe. Still believe he's a $100 million player, but I think Miles Bridges probably fucking hates the Hornets and feels disrespected that they didn't stand behind him.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
I,
I
I,
feel like
I
they
mean,
kind
I
of did, no?
they definitely stood behind him. I mean, not publicly as much as I guess he
That's
would
what
have
I'm
liked.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, publicly they didn't as
I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna side with Miles Bridges. Like they don't have a right. They don't need to stand with you
I'm
for
not
going through
saying that
this
I'm
shit.
not saying
No,
that
I know you're not. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm just saying it's dumb for him to think that way. But
we
anyway,
don't know if he thinks that way. That's me just being devil advocate opinion. 100%. I
it might
personally
just that might not even be anything. Yeah, like that might not even be why he doesn't wants to leave. But I think it's just good for both parties to just move on from this. You know,
Mhm.
it might just be a mutual like. It's not one specific issue that led to Miles Bridges wanting out and Charlotte wanting to get rid of him, but it's like, okay, dude, there's been a lot going on the last few years, especially in the Hornets organization, not just with Miles Bridges. So just get a change of scenery. It'll be better for everyone involved.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Also,
You're also very right that it would be a buy high environment, so they could offer him the additional money by getting what his partial bird rights, and then having the chance to re-sign him would be an advantage for them for sure.
yeah, because they just offer him more. I think that way they just get offer first refusal. It's very. I think it's just a similar situation when a team trades for a guy who's on a rookie deal that they know the team isn't going to re-sign, but is expiring, so they can just get the restricted free agent. Obviously, the restricted free agent offer, 10 like the qualifying offer was used this past year to bring him back, so he's not a restricted free agent, but it's just the bird rights because I think he has four. If you trade for him, you get the 4-year bird rights, meaning that they can over.
You can pay him more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason. So you basically have the greater chance of re-signing him. But besides that,